What is a verb pattern and how can it improve our English? Let's find out together. In this video, we're going to look at verbs plus infinitive. When we use two verbs together in a sentence, we call this a verb pattern because there's a certain way that we use certain verbs with each other in a sentence. Let's look at some examples of verb patterns in context, in sentences, so we can understand the difference. We're going to start by looking at some common verbs in English that are followed by the full infinitive. What we mean by that is the verb that comes after has to have to. So for example, to do, to have, or to go. We'll look at these examples in context so they help us to understand them better. Then at the end we'll do a quick practice quiz to see what you understand. Here's the first example. I can't afford to go out tonight. This is an example of the verb afford that is always followed by the full infinitive. In this case, to go. So afford to go. That's the verb pattern. We don't say afford go or afford going. It's afford to go. So that's the verb pattern. They arrange to see each other again. This is the verb arrange with the full infinitive to see. So we say arrange to see someone. He asked to leave the room. This is the verb ask with the full infinitive to leave. She decided to take a risk. We use decide with the full infinitive, in this case, to take. They failed to win the match. The verb fail goes with the full infinitive, in this case, to win. They are planning to spend the rest of their lives together. This is plan plus the full infinitive to spend. So we say plan to do something. So, afford to do, arrange to do, ask to do, decide to do, fail to do, and plan to do. So this is the verb pattern, verb plus the full infinitive. So when you're learning those verbs, don't just learn the verb, but also learn the pattern. Learn which form of the verb we use after each of those verbs. So that's 6 very common verbs in English that follow that pattern, verb plus full infinitive. Let's do some practice. I'm going to give you a sentence and I want you to complete the sentence using the suggested verb by putting it into the correct form. So remember, the verb pattern is verb plus full infinitive. So you complete the sentence. Pause the video if you need more time to think of your answer. You can also write down your answer. This will really help you to remember that verb pattern. I didn't want. I didn't want to eat that. She refused. She refused to do it. She pretended. She pretended to listen to him. He offered. He offered to help her. She is hoping. She is hoping to see him again. I have learnt. I have learnt to speak Portuguese. So now you've got 12 examples of some very common verbs in English that follow that pattern, verb plus the full infinitive. The only way to really learn them and remember them and make them part of your English is to practice them. If you can't remember, then you can always go back and watch the video again. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video lesson.